All right, so officially welcome to the Parental Control Masterclass, the what I call the A to Z of parental control, how you can control, monitor, supervise everything your child does on their devices on the internet. And this is extremely important, particularly today in our age and time, where our children are on the internet almost all the time. They are online for school, they are online for homework, they are online. There is always something that is taking them online. And so that's why we thought, okay, well, since they're going to be online, with all of the dangers that are happening online, let's ensure that we have the right skills to help them navigate the internet world. Okay, just to confirm that you can see my screen, and what you can see on the screen is A to Z parental control. Is that correct?
Yes.
Great, great. So yes, why is this an important class? Why is this important? By the end of this class, by the end of this training, what you will be able to do is that you will be able to see, supervise, monitor everything that your child does online. And so this class is going to have two sections. And let me just give that background. Two sections. The first section, I'll be talking, I'll be explaining, and then the second section will interact, will ask questions. So in the first section, I'm just going to talk like a small class, so that I want to give this high replay value, so that if you are watching the replay, you can actually get the main talk in the first half, and then the second half will get practical and get hands-on. For those who have not met me before, my name is David Ogunshola, and I go by so many titles and cliches. They call me the innovation catalyst. I'm a tech founder, started a couple of software companies. I'm an education entrepreneur, run about 2 schools. I teach children, I teach teachers, I write, I build curriculum. So I'm in between education and tech. And that's just who I am and what I do. So anything that comes in between education and technology, sometimes building technology, sometimes teaching people how to teach, sometimes teaching people directly like children, creating resources, but that's all in between that space. That's where I function. Used to be a software engineer. Now I'm a teacher, and I'm happy doing what I do. This is one of the things that I do, just educating people around technology tools that can help you to solve different areas of work, of life, of parenting, of business. So I do trainings on AI, I do trainings on different things, different subjects. Yeah, but that's about me. Now let's talk about you. Something brought you here. And most likely, if you're watching this course or you're joining live, you have a child who has a device and goes online, and you are somewhat concerned. This online that my child is always going, I'm aware of all the dangers online. Lately, some very scary data has come out that about 78% of children online have experienced one form of cyber crime or cyber threats or the other. And a large percentage of these children don't even inform their parents, whether it's cyber bullying, whether it's hacking, password loss, password theft, identity theft, impersonation, something. They've experienced some form of dangers online, or they've seen inappropriate content online and all of that. Something you probably are concerned that you don't want your child to be a victim of this. And you're thinking, how do I ensure that my child is equipped? Or how am I equipped to monitor my child and make sure that they don't, that the time they spend online is actually valuable time? So at the end of this class, the things you'll be able to do is, one, you have access to all the devices that your children use from anywhere. So whether you're at work or you're out of town or you travel, whatever, your children won't have total control of their devices. Yes, they own the devices, they have them, they use them, but you want to be able to know what they are doing on those devices when you are not there. So the tools I'm going to be sharing with you and some of the skills I'm going to be teaching will allow you to give them the device, they use them, but when you come back or from wherever you are, you can actually see and say, oh, what apps are my children using? How long do they spend on YouTube? How long do they spend playing games? They can tell you, oh, mommy, I was doing my homework. I was actually in class. I was doing school online. But you will be able to know. So it's not what they tell you now. You will know, you'll be able to see where are they spending their time, and you would be able to see how much time they spend online, regulate the time and the restriction of usage of their devices. So if you want them to just spend 2 hours a day online, you can set that. In fact, you can set the exact time you want. In some cases, you can say, okay, you can't spend more than 3 hours online or on your device during a weekday, or 4 hours at weekends, or you can say 1 hour on a weekday, 2 hours at weekends, whatever your own parenting policy is. The whole idea of this is that you will be able to enforce those things without making noise, without shouting, without seizing the device. The device, whether you're at home or not, if you resort to seizing devices or keeping them away, when you're not around, how do you make that happen? But with the tools I'm going to share with you, you can do that anytime or from anywhere. Also, you will be able to determine what kind of apps they get to download, install, or use. So there are times that you just give them an Android device or a tablet and you are not sure what they are doing or what kind of apps they're using. But just so that I can be sure and I can put it in context, can you just type in the comment what kind of devices your children have? And yeah, what kind of devices they have, whether it's laptops or Android devices, just type in the comment section and I'm going to just look at that so I can know what kind of examples and illustrations to give. But yes, you'll be able to determine what kind of device apps they install, monitor how much they're spending on each app, and then also sometimes you want to know where are they. If they have phones, if they have tablets, you want to be able to track them. Or where is this device? Where's my child at this point in time? You will be able to get all of those things done. And in case you want to just get their attention, you can just shut down the device from anywhere. Say, okay, right now the device is shutting down. So somebody says iPads, Windows, laptop, Android phones, fantastic. So this is going to help in knowing what kind of things to do. Summarily, I mean, there's much more. And as we go on, you'll get to see all of those things. But by the time that we are done with this, you'll be acquiring some superpowers. So you are no longer going to be that parent who is looking helpless, saying, oh, what is my child doing? And they are the ones telling you, oh, no, mommy, I have homework, I have assignment. No, you will actually be the parent who has the powers, and they will know that, oh, mommy can actually shut down this device from anywhere, or daddy can get these things done. That's the whole idea of being in this class. So to get started, for those of you who have children on Android devices, if you have your Google account, of course, almost if you're using an Android, you're probably already logged into a laptop or a phone that has your Google account in it. We're going to use that for Android. If you have your device ready, whether it's your phone or your, of course, but if you're joining this class, definitely you're either on the phone or a laptop, but definitely if you have any other device, and if you have your child's device close by, it will be great too, because some of the things that we'll need to do, you will need to use them or install them or make some changes on your device. Even if you don't have the device right now, not a problem. You will be able to get access to it later and you can get those things done. So all of this I said just to get the introduction started. Now, why parental control? Why is it important that we have control over the devices of the children? Why won't we just say, okay, give them the devices and just tell them what to do? Now, it's important because number one, children are not born with self-control. Self-control is an acquired skill. And the natural tendency is for a child to not know when anything is enough. So you have a child and you give him a device, they don't come from the manufacturer. That is, they don't get, they're not born with the ability to know when they should stop doing something or how long they should spend. So one of the things you want to do is to prevent digital addiction. Very important. Data has it that children spend between 3 to 7 hours daily on their screen. And this is really, really even the regulated one. Some of them can go on spending as much as 10 hours on their devices. There's a video that was going around of a child who was sleeping and was using their fingers to making the motion as if they are swiping a tablet. That's a child who has been addicted to digital devices. Unlimited screen time will expose your children to health problems, sleep deprivation, eyesight problems, back pain, neck pain. There are lots of complications. If any of you is in the medical space, you probably have come across many of these complications that are coming from unrestricted or unlimited exposure to screen times. So even if your child spends 3 to 5 hours on their device, which is sometimes, even with 1 hour they spend, the other problem is, are you able to account for the time that they spend on their devices, on their TV, on their phones, on their laptops, on their tablets? These kids are getting addicted to these devices day by day. And the reason they're addicted to these devices is because There are many apps that are actually designed to be addictive. Have you seen games? Children's games are designed to be addictive. The guys who designed these games didn't come to play. There's addictive design algorithm. So they are designing these applications with the intention that you will not be able to stop using them. It's part of the design. I mean, I'm a software engineer. So in software design, so in user experience design, we actually have what we call addictive design. You are designing with the intention to make sure that this app, once you hold your phone, I mean, how many of you, once you pick up your phone, where is your finger going to naturally? There are some apps that you open without thinking. There are some apps that you struggle to go to, but there's some apps that once you pick your phone, it's like it has become an addiction. Once you pick that phone, if you're an Instagram person, your finger is just looking for the Instagram icon or the LinkedIn icon or the Facebook icon. Those apps can actually become addictive. Games, children's games are designed to be addictive. So if you don't intentionally control your children's access or screen time, the guys who designed this thing did not design it with regulation in mind. And so with parental control, you can actually prevent that from happening so that they have enough sleep. If you leave them to go to their room, to go to bed with their device and say, okay, when you are done with your device, sleep, you'll be shocked that at 2 a.m., you're going to find your child still on his device. Sometimes they will sleep off with the device falling on their chest. Maybe the game is playing. They're not born with self-control. They don't have that natural self-control coming with them. And that's one reason why parental control is important. Next is to prevent online danger and cyberbullying. So the internet is this very nice and fantastic place where there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of amazing stuff there, but there's also a lot of bad stuff there. People it's like going on a highway, going into the marketplace where there are strangers. Not every stranger has good intentions. Not everybody who is interacting with your child online has good intentions. People are trying to take advantage, exploit them. So cyberbullying is just like we have physical bullying. Cyberbullying is bullying online. And online data tells us that about 60% of children online have witnessed some form of cyberbullying. I mean, you see it all the time after football games. Even players are susceptible to cyberbullying. After movies, actors are cyberbullied. And people are having mental health issues because of the kind of comments people make about them online, because of how people are trolling them. So something happens, a video of you leaks out online, and people take that video. People have committed suicide because of cyberbullying. And our children, if we leave them on the internet, they will wander to places, they will mistakenly post information that people can use to cyberbully them. They can go online, take videos of themselves and put it online, things that can eventually be used against them. And so we want to be sure that we're able to know or regulate the kind of places they go to, the kind of things they are able to do. There are websites or platforms that are good, but they are not age appropriate. So your child should not even be on those platforms at a particular age. You will not even tell them, you will just block them. That's the website parental control comes in. Just ensure that these particular sites that are dangerous, you will not be able to go there until you are a particular age. That's one benefit. Next thing is we want to be able to monitor their online activities. Now, curiosity is a very good thing. Curiosity is a skill that every child needs to have. They are that thing that they want to find out what's in this place. So a child picks up a phone and he opens a site and he sees something flashing on the side, maybe a button saying, hey, want to make $10,000 or want to win a free trip to Paris. Curiosity will make that child click that thing. And you don't know where that link is taking them to. That link can take them to a gambling site, to a betting site, to a pornography site. You have no idea where it's going to take them to. So that curiosity is now, if your child sees that thing and does not click it, it's bad. In fact, it's a red flag because every child should be curious. Curiosity is the prerequisite for creativity. A child who is not curious cannot discover anything, cannot uncock, and he's not going to be a creative child. So that your child is excitedly clicking things is a good sign. But now, as a parent, you don't want them to just be clicking things and clicking and finding themselves, not even be able to know. You want to know, okay, as my child was clicking things yesterday, where did those things take that child to? So that you know when to rescue that child on time. If they have seen what they should not see, if it's been exposed to what they should not be exposed to, you can start correcting it before it becomes a habit. But if they start going to a place, they start going to a gambling site where they tell them spend 50, 100 naira or $10. Buy this coupon, and then when you spin this wheel, you can win $2,000. Oh, really? $10, $2,000? Okay. The child probably has a card or has access to your card. Put $10 and spins and say, oh, you nearly won. Try again. Put another $10. Spin. And maybe, and these guys, the way they design is, remember I told you, these guys are this, they have what they call, there's something called addictive design. It's a concept that we go and learn in software engineering. We learn in design how to make things addictive. So you're showing picture of somebody who just won, even if it is a lie, say, oh, somebody in Tokyo just won $200,000. Somebody in this, and that child feels, oh, let me try again. Let me try again. The child may not win today, but that child will come back tomorrow and say, oh, let me try again. If you are not knowing that that child is going there, and the child is going there consistently, you're setting up that child for trouble. But the child may have gone there once, and then you discover it and say, oh, no, I need to stop this. And you're able to quickly stop that. That is why you need to monitor these things. You need to see, where is my child's curiosity taking them to? And I need to be able to rescue them on time. Very important. I'm just still explaining, these are some reasons why, because sometimes people say, why do you have to monitor your children? Excuse me, you're a parent, you can't monitor your child. In fact, it's, but let's go on, Sha. Let's go on. So next thing is to prevent exposure to inappropriate content. And sometimes when these children see inappropriate things, they're like, oh, wow, really? They know they're not supposed to be seeing this, so they will hide it from you. They want to make sure that you don't know that they are going to those kind of places. And the internet is loaded with all manner of explicit content that a child can stumble into at any time. Inappropriate things, I mean, and sometimes it's yeah, pornography is one, but beyond that, the other time, there was a time when some people were actually spreading videos where they are telling children to harm themselves. And say, okay, you know what now? Okay, to do this, get a razor, now, cut your hand, cut your finger. And you wonder what they're trying to achieve with these things. And our children are exposed to these things. Your child is exposed to it. The internet is an uncensored highway. Everything is available there. So exposure to this content, violence, racial abusing, harassment, cyberbullying, they get to see these things. They may not be victims initially, but you don't want them consistently exposed to these things, where they are seeing all manner of language. They are watching movies or videos on YouTube where they are using strong language, showing inappropriate scenes. And these things, children can wander into them innocently. They go on YouTube to search for a video, and the video comes to play, and an advert is playing. And the advert, children they're attracted by the advert. They click on it, and 1, 2, 3, next time, they are now seeing very disturbing things that is having, first, some of them now begin to have psychological images. Really? Imagine that a child witnesses a suicide scene online, where somebody actually committed suicide, whether it is real or not. But for that child, the child saw somebody hang himself and kill himself online, and this is what the child saw, and you are not aware that the child saw it. Next thing, the child will now start asking you funny questions. So we need to be able to control those kind of things. Next is tracking their devices and locations. So your child has a phone. Sometimes you want to be able to know, where is my child? Where does this child go? You can actually do that without, so you go with your phone anywhere, but at any point in time, okay, this child says, I am supposed to go for sports, go to the gym, go to the sports center, or go to church for rehearsal, go to something. You can actually check at the time of rehearsal, where exactly is my child? You know the map, where church is on the map, but you can actually see your child's device location at a different place. And when that child comes back home, we need to have a conversation. Where were you? The map showed me that you were XYZ place. Of course, you may not want to give it away, but the whole idea is being able to track them, know where they are. These are some benefits or some reasons why parental control is important. Next thing is, another important reason is, you want to develop your child's digital responsibility. Help them to learn digital responsibility before they get to the age of digital freedom. You know, they say we're a function of our habits. With things we do consistently becomes who we are. Your child will not naturally know something called digital responsibility. They will naturally know that by 7 p.m. you should turn off devices and go to bed. But when you have built it into a habit through programmed devices, so they have a device, and once it's 7 p.m., every device naturally shuts down by itself by 7 p.m. in your house. You are building a habit into your kids that by 7 p.m., devices should go up. When they have grown up, something has told them, they have been trained in a way that they know that by 7 p.m., devices go off. Even the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it. So we use some of these tools to actually train them and develop that form of digital responsibility in them. And then maybe I should stop with it. I mean, there are many reasons, but it's very important. It's just the responsible thing to do. Some people don't seem to care. Not every parent is concerned about what their child is doing online. Not a problem. They can choose not to care. But you and I know that caring is the responsible thing to do. You are a parent. It simply means that God has entrusted another human being into your hand for a season. They won't be there all along. They won't always be there. But for that period that they are with you, you have a responsibility for them. You have a responsibility you need to be accountable for them. So imagine that within the period that they're under you, they just went online, saw things that damage their self-esteem, damage their psychology, damage their everything, and they become adults and become dysfunctional adults simply because you did not play your role as a parent. That's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. You don't want that to happen. And that's why we are learning these skills. Okay, so now that we have covered some very basic whys, you know the importance of what we are doing, and we know why it is important to do it. Now, let's get very hands-on and practical. From the comment section and generally, almost everybody's child has a mobile device powered by Android or a laptop or an iPhone or an Apple device. Someone said, so people have Apple device. So we're just going to go one after the other. So we're going to start with Android. Talk about how to ensure parental control on Android, and then talk about laptops. Then we'll probably look at iOS devices. So first thing we'll talk about parental control on an Android device. So everybody whose child has a tablet or a phone that is powered by Android, this is the time to pay attention. And the parental control for Android devices does not start with parental control. You know where it starts from? So let me ask you a question, and I'm going to you can write your answer in the comment section. What kind of email does your child have? So in the comment section, does your child have an email, a Gmail account? Just type yes or no. Your child has a Gmail account of their own. Just type yes or no. Okay. Yes, good. Now, this Gmail account, is it a regular account or a child account? Did you create a child account or just went to Gmail and created a regular account for your child? Just type it in the comment section. Regular. Again, that is where the problem starts. Actually, as long as your child is using a Gmail account, I just go to gmail.com and create an account. Bad news. You cannot regulate that child because that child is considered an adult. And it simply means, I hate to say it the way it is, but somewhere along the line, you told a lie. Because when they asked for that child's date of birth, you created something. That was not the child's date of birth. It may be that you use your own date of birth and say, well, let me just create an email in my child's name. But you see, the reason why there was that restriction on age was because they know that a child below a particular age is not supposed to have the same kind of email address. You know that your entire Android experience is tied to your Gmail account. So with a Gmail account, you set up Android, you have Gmail, you have YouTube, you have Google Search, you have everything, Google Maps, all of that is linked to your Google account, which is Gmail. So first thing we need to address is that your child needs a supervised email account. Supervised email account, meaning there's something called child account. Not if your child is less than 13, there are things they should not be able to do. The kind of email they should have is different. And so what I need you to do is first, we need to create a family account. So you have a Gmail account, you need to create a family account. I'm not going to bother asking whether you have a family account. We're going to go through the process. So this is the time when you open your own device. Go online, type this, families.google.com. So I'm going to stop my screen share and I'm going to open a browser and share, and then you will see, I'm going to walk you through that process. So first things first, family account. So let me just temporarily stop this share and share another screen, and then we will look at what a family account looks like on that. Great. So, yes. So when you do families.google.com, if you have not created a family account, it's going to ask you set up a family. But if you have done that, you will actually see, so your child's email should show up like this. So this is my own account, and I'm going to use my own account for this training. I know that, names are open there, so you can actually see our names and all of that. So this is my family account on Google. This is my name. I'm the family manager, meaning I set up the account. This is my wife. I added her as a parent. So she had her Gmail. Now, this doesn't mean that you're creating a new Gmail account. So you are simply taking, oh, okay, just realize your child has a child account. Oh, great. If your child has a child account, fantastic then. That makes it even easier. So yes, you have a family, you see the parents and then supervised members. Supervised members are what we call children. So any child should be created as a supervised member. You can have up to 6 people in the family account and it's free. So just do that now. I'm going to give you 1 minute and confirm that you are on the families.google.com. So if you're in the call, just open your browser and type it in, and then let me know if you are there. This is actually where you get to create new emails. So you can invite an adult into the family, or you can create a new email for your child. So if the person is older than 13, you can invite them. But if the person is less than 13, you actually get to create a new email for them. So this way is a managed family group. So this is where you can actually see everybody in the family, and you can choose to add a new email to the family or a new person to your family. So is there anybody there? This way you can see everybody. So the supervised family members, you can see what they do. So you want to go to we'll get the family link in a bit. Okay, so you're there, great. So if you want to add someone here, you can just do the add-in. But if you want to, okay, I'm already in family. Okay. Okay, no, this is my general Google account. Okay, people and sharing, good. So you can actually add, now if your child already has if you already have a child account and it's not listed here, then you need to invite that email into the family. So what to do at this point is add somebody or your child, simply send an invite to that email, and the person will be able to join the family as a new member. If you have a spouse who is also on Google, you can invite the person as a family member who's also a parent. Okay. So please, can you just confirm in the comments if you're there, you've created a family account, or you already have a family account? Okay. Okay, someone said I would like my husband to be the family manager. So do I have to wait, or can I make him the manager? Okay, yeah, Imabong said I already have family account. Great. Yes, so if you want him to be the family manager, let him create the account and then add you. But I think you can actually transfer those rights. If I'm not mistaken, you should be able to transfer the rights to somebody else. Let me see. I need to go to the family link itself and then okay, family manager. Okay, I think the family manager is the person who actually creates the account, but there's nothing that you can do that your husband can't do. So if you want to wait for him to be the manager, that's fine. But really, everything that he does on the account, everything that every parent can supervise. So if, for example, we are adding restrictions or we are doing something, everything I can do as a manager, my wife can also do. So you can actually just create the account by yourself. It doesn't really matter. But if you want to wait for that, that's also not a problem. You can get that done. Okay, so with that in place, let's go on. So first things first, if by now you've created an account for your child and okay, good. Yeah, if you created an account for your child, now this is what you will see. Create a child account so you can actually add your child and all of that from family. When you've done that, the next thing you need to do is there's an app you need to download. It's called Google Family Link. You can download it for Android on the iStore, meaning you can actually download that app to your iPhone. So even if you use an iPhone, you can still monitor your children who are using Android devices. So it's not limited to just Android devices. Yeah, and you can use it via the web. For this particular course, or this class, I'm going to be showing you how to use Family Link on the web. How to use it on the web. So whether you can go to it online, but right now, just go to the Play Store and look for this app called Google Family Link. And please, I'm just going to give you a minute to do that. Just go online now, look for it, and let me have a confirmation once you find it. If you already have it on your phone, you can let me know. But if you don't have it yet, just give me a signal that, oh, I have found it, and it's being installed. Because this is very hands-on. I don't want to just teach and go. I want to walk you through the process step by step. So go to your Apple Store or your Android store and look for the Family Link. And if you're using the laptop, just go to familylink.google.com. So you actually find it there too. familylink.google.com. Okay, somebody already has it. Great, super. So let me wait for one or two other signals. You found it. Once you find it, let me know. Even while it's downloading, we can go on, but I want you to actually go and look for it so that I didn't just say something that and I left you. Just go to the Play Store, look for it, start the download, and then we can continue. So let me wait for confirmation from others that they found it. Once you find it, just tell us in the comment section that you found it, and then we can move. Yeah, great. So somebody else, I need one more person to find it. One more person to find it. Is anybody looking for it? Should I call names? Aha, great. So another person has found it. Great. Now I'm sure that people are looking for it. Super. So while you download it now, so this Google Family Link is actually the app that you will use to perform all the magic that you perform on the children's device. So these are, let me walk you through a few things that you can do on the Family Link app. With the Family Link, you can manage all the apps that your children can use. So you can see each child, see their device, see the apps that they are using, and you can perform all types of manipulations on them. You can approve the app you want them to install from the Play Store, you can block it. So in my own case, for example, I have set a limit based on the child's age. You know that every app, when you are building an app and putting an app on the App Store, they ask you for the age limits or usage limit for that app. So some apps are already designed to be 3 to 7 or 0 to 7, 0 to 3, 0 to 13, some are 18, based on the age appropriateness of the app, just like movies. Even movies on Netflix, you have those age appropriateness, 18 plus, 13 plus, and all of that, PG. Apps have that too. So I set my children to not be able to download any app above a particular age limit. So I can give them access, say, okay, any app that is within 0 to 3, you can download if I want to. If you want to say nobody should download any app until I approve, no problem. I'll show you how to do that. But when they want to download any app to their device that is beyond the age limit I set, it will tell them, ask a parent first. So they can tap a button there and it will send me a notification on my own app that your child wants to download XYZ app. Now, I will go and look at that app on the Play Store, read the description of the app. If I approve and I tap OK, then that app will download on that device. If I say no, it is no. That app will not download on that device. So what this helps me achieve is that there is no app that can get on your child's device without passing through you. Family Link allows you to do that. So if you downloaded it, great. We're going to look at it in a moment. While it's downloading, let me just keep running through this. It shows you how much time your child spends on their apps with weekly or monthly activity reports. So you can see, oh, this child has 14 apps on this device. But in the last 1 month, they've not opened this particular one. But they spend 80% of their time on this particular app. You're able to know what is taking their time, what is taking their attention, and all of that. So you can set screen time limits. Say, okay, on this device, you cannot spend more than 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. You can set individual app time limits. So, okay, even these 3 hours that I'm giving you, you can't spend more than 1 hour on an app. So you have 3 hours, or you can't spend more than 30 minutes on an app. These 3 hours must be split between 6 apps. So if I notice that it is, there's a particular app, maybe it's a game, I say, okay, I allow you to install this game. But now they are spending a whole day on that game. I can say, so this game, I only give this game 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, the tablet is still working, but that game cannot open again. So you can set bedtime. Bedtime is at what time of the day does this device shut down? Whether you have spent your 3 hours for the day or not, once it is this time of the day, the app will shut down. And you can see the location of the device. You can remotely lock it. You can see if your child has used their Gmail account to enter another device, automatically that device will begin to show on your tab, because you are going to see it. And like this evening, I was looking for one of the tablets in the house, and I didn't know where they have put it. But on the Family Link, I could press a button and the tab will just make noise wherever it is, like an alarm, like a remote control. So I could easily find the device exactly where it is. Now, how does it work? Simply, when you have created a Google Child account for your child, when you are setting up their Android device, use that email to set it up. Already, that email is linked to your family. It's a supervised email. So once you are setting up the device for them, don't use an adult email. Don't use your own Gmail to set up Android device and give your child. You will not be able to monitor what they do because you are an adult. Adults are not meant to be monitored. If you have created a Gmail account for your child using a wrong age, you either go and recreate another one, or you update that account and downgrade it to a supervised account to the correct age and make it a supervised account under your family. One of those two. I think it should be possible to downgrade an account and put it under a family by going to change some of things, change the age and all of those things. But you need to be able to ensure that that child. So the only requirement you need is create the right kind of email for your child. When you are setting up their device, use their email address to set up the device. Once you enter it, you know that place where they say Gmail account, when you are setting up Android, it says what's your Gmail account? Use that Gmail account. And even if you want to, you already have a device, just go to your Android now and go to, I think it's accounts. Remove your own account that is there now and change it to your child's account. So it's possible that your device your child is using was not set up using their own email. It was set up using your own. So just go to your Android device. I think it's settings. So I have an Android device here. I want to just confirm where that is. Yeah, I think you go to settings and you probably find something called accounts. Yes, accounts, exactly. You see accounts there. So type the account, manage accounts. Good. Yes, so you will see the Google account there. You see a Google account. Just simply tap on that Google account. You can see remove account. So remove the account that is there that is not your child's own, and then reset up that device using their account. Instantly, while it is installing it, it will prompt you to install Family Link on that device too. Please, are you following what I'm saying? Just give me a confirmation. You can unmute yourself and actually give me a feedback I want to be sure that you understand what I'm explaining.
No, sorry, I don't understand this particular one, because particularly about because usually they don't have their own Android, they use our own. So I want to know, it's like you're talking about switching, yes.
Okay, if they use your own Android, then that is also where there's a small problem, because it's your phone they are using and your own account is not restricted. your account has unlimited access. You can go anywhere you want. So once you give them that device, they can actually go anywhere they want to. So this works particularly when they have their own devices. It may be an educational tab, it may be a phone, it may be anything, but when you give them their own device, that is when you use their own email to set it up. Because right now, if you remove your email from your own Gmail and put their own, then it's now their device. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, but I'm wondering what can be done, because we have a policy that, at least for phones, they have a laptop, but for phones, we have a policy that until at least maybe they've passed their work, anything between 16 and 18, before they have their own devices.
Okay, so if they don't have phones, then you don't have a risk of phones. That means they only collect your device and use when they need to. So already there's some form of restriction already.
Yes, some, but sometimes you can't always be over their shoulder. So that's the only thing. Yeah.
Okay. So for this particular one for Android, this will work when they have their own devices. What I'm going to, maybe when we go into talking about laptops, you will now understand. Also, I was going to show you how their own laptops too, you can get those things done on their laptops. There's a different app for laptops. So if they have laptops, you can monitor them, you can block apps, you can set times, you can block websites, all of those things. But this family link only works when the child has a device. So nowadays, many kids, they are not phones as it were, but they have educational devices. So all these tabs, lesson tab, Omo tab, all of the kind of different kind of tabs that they are now doing these days, they're all powered by Android. Even on those tabs, that's where you need to do all of these things. Okay, so maybe for your own specific case, maybe when we're doing the interaction section, we'll talk about different things you can do to check and monitor their digital footprints, know where they've been to, know where they went to, and all stuff like that. But basically, for those who your children have devices, this is just what to do. Install the app on your own phone, use the child email to set up their own device, and then you're ready to begin to monitor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually switch to the family link on my laptop and show you how it works and how you'll be able to monitor everything that they are doing with that. So this is familylink.google.com. When you just come to this website, if you open the tab, or rather the app on your phone, this is the same thing that you will see. The Family Link app, as it works on your phone, whether it's your iPhone, your Android phone, or you come online. Now, this is what I first see. Family Link. These are the 3 children. Araoluwa, Ireoluwa, Eyo. If I want to add a child, this is what I do here. Add child. So here, does your child have a Google account? Yes or no? If I say no, this is where you create a new email account for your child. Next, create a Google account for the child. I talked about creating child accounts. When you have a family account, just come to Family Link, and you can now just come here. Next, this is where it wants to confirm that I'm the one here. Okay, no, child's name, good. So this way I enter the child's first name, child's surname, and you can go next, and you can see that even the page is a different page. This is kid sign up. So this account for this child is automatically going to be added under your own account. It's going to have a standard email, normal email address like everybody else does. So let's take a look here. So this is one. So if I take this child, for example, I can actually see things about this child and the device. For this particular child, you can do, okay, account settings, good. This is the child's account. So account information, good. So I can open the information of account. This is the email. This is the blah, 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 blah. I can change the password. So if I want to change my child's password, this is where I change it from. And I can get all of those details done. Controls for signing in. If I want to say, okay, each time they sign into their account, they should ask me, or no, let Irolua sign in without me. So I can set all of the settings here. If I want to make sure that each time this child is opening their email on a different device, I am notified. I simply tap this button here. So before they log in, they'll send me an alert and say, so person is actually signing in to another device right now. But no, I don't have that restriction. So I let them sign into devices. Controls for third-party apps. This is where any third-party apps, all those apps that says use Google to sign in, that one, ask me every time. You know, there are apps you want to go now, you want to sign up, they say, okay, sign up with Google, sign up with Gmail. So you don't have to create a username and password for those platforms, whether it is Canva. But right now, many of the AI app platforms, you can sign up with Google. For me, I want to know every app that they are signing up to. So I say, ask me every time. Otherwise, they'll be able to sign up to different apps and I won't be able to know where they go to without my permission. So any app they're trying to sign into, I am able to know. Location settings. Okay, these settings are designed for parents to see location of Irioluwa signed into Android mobile devices. So see your child's location, allow child's location to be shared in Family Link and Google Maps. So device location is on. So anywhere this device is, I will know. If this device gets stolen, I can actually track it unless they go and wipe it off instantly. But as long as it's still connected to that Gmail account, I can actually track the device and know exactly where it is. But this is just basic under control account settings. Under devices, I can see a few other things. Okay, the device is 4% battery, was last online yesterday, it's currently unlocked. So right now, the device is being used. This is the name of the device, U-Lesson Education Tab version 2. This device has a daily limit of 3 hours, 30 minutes. This is its daily limit. So every day, I decide that they can only spend 3 hours, 30 minutes on the device. If I want to change that, this is where I can edit weekly schedule. So I click on this edit weekly schedule and I give them 3 hours. On Sundays, 5 hours, 30 minutes. So this is different for one day. So on Sunday, they can spend longer. I can actually set it. I say, okay, no, if I want on Wednesday to be 1 hour, 30 minutes. So, okay, 1 hour, 30 minutes. I say, okay, no, on these days, 2 hours. I can apply that to other days. But I just say, okay, that day is specific. So I can set how much time they spend on different days, depending on the activities that they need to do. So on the day where maybe they have music classes, they have swimming classes, I can say, okay, today is an outdoor day. You only have 30 minutes on your device. So I say, okay, yes, if that is a Friday, so okay, 0 minutes, 0 hour, 30 minutes. What is it? Okay, no, Friday. 0 hours, 30 minutes. Good. So they only have 30 minutes on Fridays because let's say I want that to be an outdoor day. And the day I want them to spend so much time, they can get those. And once I'm done, I save it. Now you can do this on your phone too. This is what all you can do within the Family Link app. Everything you are seeing here, you can do it within that app. Please, if you have any question, okay, how did you get to the daily limit page? Okay, great question. Just click on any child and tap controls. So if I go to another child here and click on control, it will show me the device of this child. This particular one is 3 hours. So once you open it, you will see daily limits. Just under the child, you will see controls. Okay, great. You've seen it. Fantastic. Yeah, so at any point you have questions, maybe I'm saying something that you don't get, just stop me and ask me, and I would explain better. So yes, that is the daily limit. But notwithstanding, as this app still has not used its time for today, you see this button here, I can lock this device. And it's just going to lock. So right now, wherever this device is, anybody's hand it is, it has locked. So maybe they are doing something on their device and I need to get them to go do the laundry or to go join somebody to help in the kitchen or to go do something. I don't need to come and shout, drop your device, drop your device. I just pick my phone and lock all the devices. By themselves, they will know that, okay, something is wrong. And even assuming if I don't lock it manually, once this time has elapsed, this device will automatically lock itself. So let's say they've spent 3 hours, 28 minutes. In 2 minutes, in fact, once it's about 10 minutes to go, the device starts to tell them, warning, 10 minutes to go, downtime is about to come. So whatever you're doing, round up. The device will notify you, give you 10 minutes notification, 5 minutes notification. I think it gives a 2-minute notification also, and then shuts the device down. But if they've exhausted their time, but that child is doing something important, maybe a homework that has a deadline, and they say, oh, mommy, I've not finished. You can actually come here and say, give bonus time. So I can give this child 15 extra minutes. And I say add, it'll actually reopen that device and give them extra time. So it will lock at 2010. So right now, this is 1955. I gave it 15 more minutes, so you can see the amount of time it gives you. That's bonus time. I can change that bonus time. I can say, okay, edit it, increase it, and say, okay, no, make it 20 instead of 15. So it will update that time. And the app is, the tablet is now open, but with a limit. So that is for locking devices. Now, this downtime is what we call bedtime. Whether you have spent your 3 hours or not, once it is 21 hours is 9 p.m. Once it is 9 p.m., every device shuts down and cannot come on until 7 a.m. This also can be edited. So if you want yours to be 7 p.m. in your house, just do that and apply it to every day. So by 17 hours, or once it's, you can say, okay, different days. Once it's 7 o'clock, every device goes off and no device comes up. So this is the lock time. It locks at 17 hours and unlocks at, you can say, okay, I want it to be 9 a.m. Okay, so apply it to every day. To all days. Apply to all days. So no device comes on before 9 a.m. So the one that your child wakes up in the morning and first thing they're carrying tablet, they're carrying phone, opening phone, you can stop that rubbish. Determine when this phone comes on. Now, if it's a phone, call will still enter the phone. But any other thing, open WhatsApp, open Google, open YouTube, play game, it will not work. This is the schedule. But when you call that device, the device is going to ring. They can pick the call, but they cannot use. Okay, look, it's even written there. This is it down there. So supervised devices will lock during downtime. Calls will be allowed in case Ireolua needs to reach you. So they can call you, you can call them. But everything else on that device, shut down. That's what happens with downtime. So that's, I can save that now. Automatically now the device time has changed because it is now a different time. So already, just by me changing this, it now says it's downtime. And see, even the bonus time I gave them has shortened because it says it's in downtime. Whether you've used your time or not, once downtime comes, device shuts down. Now, this is for the entire tab. Down here, you can see what they call app limits. Excuse me. So these are the different apps that are installed on that device. Today is Saturday. Yesterday and today, they didn't use devices. On Thursday, they used the device for 3 hours, 4 minutes. On Wednesday, 3 hours, 29 minutes. On Tuesday, 3 hours, 20 minutes. There's no day that they can use that device for more than 3 hours, 30 minutes because that is the limit the device has. So on these particular days, it means that they use the device till it's maxed out its time and it shut down. So that was what happened. But beyond just seeing the amount of time spent, you can actually see how long they spent on each app. So on Google Chrome, 1 hour, 39 minutes. On Google, 5 minutes. Here on Google, 18 minutes. If they spent different amount of time, you see all the apps, it will show you how long they spent on the apps. Now, there's something you can see right here, this button. The reason why these things are here is because I have blocked these apps. These are games. So what happened is, for this particular tablet, I initially gave them a limit. I say any app that is permitted for 0 to, I think it's 6 years or 7 years. I don't know exactly what I did, but I decided that for a particular age limit, any app that has an age limit within that window, they can install without asking me. Next thing, my people began to install every game possible. I want pizza, my diary with fingerprints, my talking Angela 2, my talking Tom friends, perfect life. I say, what is this? I was seeing all the apps, talking Tom Gold Run, talking Tom Hero Dash. See these people, because I gave you small window to download app. These are apps for children, and so they were just downloading it. I simply came here and blocked the app. So that app can't work on that device anymore. So yes, it is downloaded. I have not removed it, but I've blocked it. And see what I left. My Money Africa Kit. This is a financial literacy app for children. I left that one open. ULesson educational app. I left it open. Even though I left ULesson open and financial literacy open, see what they are spending time on. Google Chrome. What are they looking for there? Now that tells you that when I say that children are not, they don't come with self-discipline naturally. You understand that you need to. So if I want to say even this Google Chrome now, nobody works again, I can either block it. So here are the options: block or set limits. If I set limits here, I simply say 1 hour, 0 minutes. What that means is you cannot spend more than 1 hour on Google on this tablet again. Because right now, I have realized that they are spending more time on Google Chrome, meaning they are going to browse. They found a site that opens on Google Chrome that is not blocked. And so they use the browser to access the site. Now, I have set a limit. Nobody can spend more than 1 hour on Google Chrome again. What will happen? When this Google Chrome locks, and Google, let me even block Google, so they can't do any search again. But of course, I don't want that to happen. They want to do research, they want to ask questions. So, but I can simply just probably do, okay, you can't block. Oh, okay, you can't block or set limits for an app, for a system app. Okay, this comes with Android. So I can either, yeah, I can block it actually. I think I can block it or set a limit on it or something. Since you can't block, you can turn off search for the app. Good. But either may still be able to access Google search, including Chrome and other devices. But I've turned off search. So that means when they search, they won't see responses or something like that. When I have blocked all the apps distracting them, they will either be forced to drop the tablets or use the apps that are not blocked. So I can decide to block everything and leave only the Money Kids and the U-Lesson. If those are the only 2 apps that are working, nobody will tell you now. You will open it, you will watch, you will use that app. So that is one way to force them to use that. So that's about app limits. Okay. Content restrictions. This is where you can actually decide what are they able to do. So on Google search, for example, you can filter, you can say, okay, only parents can change this setting. Yes, choose whether to hide explicit results on search. This filter isn't perfect and your child may still find things that you don't want them to see. To manage access to explicit websites, use the Google Chrome filters page. So here I say filter, helps filter out explicit images, text, and links. So naturally, even when they open their Google search and they search for something, any result that has explicit images, text, and links, that Google can detect that this is adult, this is inappropriate, gambling, violence, or whatever, it will not show the results. So when they go to Google search and search for something, even the results that they see are already filtered. That's the whole idea of this. Even the results are filtered. You can say, okay, blur explicit images, but they will still be able to see, no, I don't want that one. Shows every result. If you want to say, okay, give it unlimited search. No, me, I want to filter. So you can decide to filter. Same thing, Google Chrome. You can say, okay, allow all sites, try to block explicit sites, only allow approved sites. Now, in this place, if you do this, you will determine the sites that they can actually go to. So if you click on this here, it's going to say add websites, meaning only the website that I approve. If there are only 4 sites I want them to go to, I simply add website, www.davidogunshola.com. I say approve. So I say add another one. So I can add a few sites. And what it means is that Chrome, I give them 1 hour to. These are the only websites they can visit even on Chrome. Any other website will not open. This is why I said you can't do this on your own device. If they are using your own device, it's going to be difficult. But if they have their own Android device, you can do all of those blockings. So this is just for the blockings and for approving sites. However, there's a limit to how many sites you can block. So what you can do is, instead of approving sites, what some people do is they block. Meaning, okay, let me explain. Let me slow down here and be sure that I explain what I want to explain well. If you give them an approved list, it means that they cannot visit any other site outside the sites you approve. There may be many good websites that you don't know. So you don't want to block them or limit them. But of course, depending on your parenting style, you want to say, okay, for now, can only go to X, Y, Z, these 15 websites, get them done, no problem. But at the same time, you can block sites. This one means they can go to any other site too, except this one. Now, where does this become useful? Maybe you have found during search history, maybe you took your child's device, check the history, and you check the history and you see that there's a particular website they went to that is inappropriate. You just can come here, add that website, and block it, meaning they cannot access that website again. That is what blocked means. It blocks that site and they are unable to go there ever again. So you can allow all sites. You can block explicit sites. This one will mean it will filter sites by itself. Any site that the Google algorithm figures out that this site is inappropriate or is explicit, it will not open. But if you say, I don't even trust Google algorithm, I want to decide where they go to and where they don't, you can simply use this option to block your own site. So they will open Chrome, but on Chrome, nothing will work. Same thing, YouTube. You can actually set those restrictions. But I always said there's no YouTube. YouTube is not even allowed on their devices completely. I have blocked all of that. So that is for content restrictions. And then I've showed you account settings, I've showed you devices and all of those things. That's basically what you are able to do in terms of restrictions for that. I had Google Play. Yes, I was going to come to this one. Google Play restrictions. How do you set restrictions on Google Play? Now, this is it. Content restriction, purchases restriction. So when they are buying things online, me have said you cannot buy anything online without my approval. So here you can set all content, paid content, in-app, never. So you approval required for all content, meaning before you buy anything, you must get my approval. If you use never, it means they can buy anything. So never, you won't approve any purchases or downloads. But here, approval required for all content. So they can't download or they can't buy anything from the Play Store that requires payment without coming. Now, apps and games rated for 3+. This is what I was talking about. So you can set rating 3+, 7+, 12+, 16+, 18+, least restrictive, meaning they can download any app that is said up to 3. So if the app is permitted to be used by a child up to 3 years, they can download it without permission. I told that's why they downloaded all of those games, and all of those things. But you can say, okay, you can block it and set all of those things. Books, restrict sexually explicit books. So even books, Google Books, downloading books on the internet, you can set those restrictions there. And this is where they determines what they can download or not. So any app that is rated above 12. So let me see. So if I go to play.google.com, you can actually see that apps have age restrictions. I hope is it coming? Okay, I think it's coming. So let me just wait for it to come. So yeah, if you go to the Play Store, I mean, if you have the Android Play Store, you can actually verify what I'm talking about. So just go to any app. You will see that the apps there, they actually have age-appropriate limitations. So, okay, good. Let's just pick any app. Once it loads, we'll pick any app and we see what it says about those apps. So top free apps, registration required, blah, 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 blah. It's still loading. So for phones. But yeah, but of course, you know how this works. So rated 12, rated 16, and all of that. That's how this bit works for Android devices. I think at this point, these are like some of the very basic things. You want to change your child's password, it's all under account settings. You can come under the settings. You can change their email password, controls for signing in, controls for third party, location settings, privacy settings, highlight settings. So all of these are just settings you can make, customize the requirement, the experience you want your child to have. There's something here called parent access code. Now, this is a parent access code. So let's assume that your child's device, okay, let me see. If your child can't connect to the internet and you need to unlock their device or remove their account, use this code. So let me explain what this does. The reason why I'm able to lock a device from here or from anywhere is because that device is also connected to the internet. So let's say I lock the device. The Google algorithm connects each other and they lock. So what happens if I lock a device and by the time I want to unlock it, there's no internet, I can't tap unlock. You can actually come here on your phone, generate a code. On the device, you will see enter parent code. You can enter this code and unlock that device. So anything you have done without internet, you can use this parent code and the code is generated. So they can't just generate code and copy. It expires after 50 minutes. So even if the child is smart, the child can't say, oh, before daddy goes out, let me go and copy parent code so that when the device has locked, I can unlock it myself. It will unlock, the parent code will expire after a particular amount of time. So that's basically a summary of many of the things you can do. And this is for each child. This child, you see all the highlights. Go to the next child, you can see all of those things. So basically, it's under controls. You get to do those things. Location, you want to see exactly where is this device. You set up location for your child so that you can know exactly where those devices are. And but this is why it's important now. You need to go to the device and turn on the settings. So location sharing, you set those things and you're able to actually ensure, so this person is not signed in. Okay, so these two are actually signed in, but this one is not signed to his device. You can set up location so that each time you come up on the device or on this app, you can see where the child is, know where they are, and be able to track anything that they are doing. Okay, so for Android devices, I think I will take a short pause here. Is there any question specific to Android, something you want to try and do, or you think, oh, I want to try this out and it's not working, or something that you feel, how do I get this done? You can ask, I can answer any question at this point, and then we dive into Windows or laptops. I'm going to share an app with you for laptops, and we can cover those two basically today. Then tomorrow, by tomorrow, what I expect is that you would have tried many of these things, and then we come with more questions. We check out a few other things, and there are a few other bonuses that I'm just going to share with you tomorrow, and then we can wrap this up. But if your child has an Android device, after now, I don't think that your child should be able to go to places that you cannot monitor, you cannot control. So far, any question concerning Android, or do we go to Windows and then we can take the questions together? Okay, I'm seeing signals saying we're good, we're good. Okay, so it means that we are good. Now let's continue on this journey. All right, so parental control on laptops. Your child has a laptop. These laptops don't use Android. So this thing we have shown, Google link, family link, it only works if that device is powered by Android. So it works for things like Chromebooks. Yeah, if your child uses a Chromebook, family link will work. If your child uses a tablet that's Android powered, it will work. Phone, it will work. But for laptops, what do we do? Just confirm to me by way of comment. Your child has a laptop. Can I know in the comment section? Yes, just type yes in the comment section. Your child has a laptop. Just that's my way of knowing that we're together. Okay. Okay. Yes. Anybody else? Child has a laptop. Okay. So let's go on. Now, there's a particular app. The child uses a laptop. I will show you the app. We'll download it, and then I'll show you how to use it. The app is called Cold Turkey. Because Windows, Microsoft has a parental control feature, but it's not as robust. It doesn't give you all the flexibility, and really, it requires you to have a Windows account. So you need to have a Windows email. And in this part of the world, we don't have Windows accounts. Not many of us have Windows emails. You don't have a Live or a Hotmail or all of those things. So there's this app that works, and this works whether you're on a MacBook or on a Windows. It does not matter which laptop your child is using. Cold Turkey works. So just go to the website, getcoldturkey.com. Just go there. If you're on a laptop, just visit it. This works. This is for laptop. So this requires you to go online with a computer, not with a phone. I'm not aware that there's a Cold Turkey mobile app yet, but even if there is, it's useless because it doesn't work. It's not for phone. It's actually for a laptop. So just go to getcoldturkey.com. Except I think they have something for phones, a different one. But this particular app is basically for laptops. And when you go on the website, it's going to, so this is what the website looks like. Yep. Just for confirmation, are you seeing my slide or are you seeing the website? I don't think you've seen the website. Maybe see my slide still. Oh, you're seeing my slide yet because it's live screen I shared. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me just talk briefly about cold turkey. Then we go to the website. So the website is called getcoldturkey.com. This app allows you to do almost everything I've showed you on the phone. To block which websites your children can visit on their laptop. So your child has a laptop and they are visiting website, no problem. With cold turkey, you can decide these are the sites I want to block or these are the sites I want to approve. So just like we did with the Android, there's a block list, there's an approve list. I can show you how to set both of them up. Then you can also block the apps that they can use. So your child has a laptop and they like this, it's always game. You can block the games, block the apps that they cannot use on the laptop anymore. And then you can also create a schedule for when the laptop can be used, just like we did with Android. Between this time in the morning and this time in the evening, this is when you can use the laptop. Once it is so time, you can no longer use it. After this time, you can't use it anymore. And then you can also view usage reports. Within the times, what sites do they go to? Where do they visit? What do they get to do on the laptop? All of that you can view on this device. But first things first, let's get to download and install Cold Turkey. So I'm going to stop share and then we go looking for this website.
Hey. Hi, Mr. David.
Yep.
Hi.
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
Okay. I have a question. So
yes,
my son watches, there's a particular tech guy he loves to watch on YouTube.
Okay.
Can I block other people on YouTube and allow him watch just that tech guy? I can't remember his name now, but he loves it a lot. And I notice he watches it a lot. So can I block out other things and just give him access to that guy alone?
That's dicey. That's dicey.
Okay.
I am not aware that you can do that.
Okay.
But that's a question I need to find out. And by tomorrow, I will let you know if there's a way around it.
Okay.
But I need to note
Thank you.
down. Yes. So what I'll just do now, I will just note down that question. I have never tried to do that. For me, my own children, their current Gmail accounts does not even give them access to YouTube at all.
Okay.
There's something called YouTube Kids. So there's regular YouTube and YouTube Kids, but you can choose. So if you want, okay, let me go to talk up since that this came up. Let me go to the family link thing and see if I can bring up that entire YouTube experience thing. So I think when it comes to content restriction, if you come to YouTube, so this is YouTube. So choose an experience for your child. So if you want your child to have only YouTube experience or YouTube and YouTube music, now look at this. When you want to give them access to YouTube, it is important. Some videos and music may be unsuitable for children. So YouTube contains a vast number of videos and it's significantly larger than YouTube Kids. Our systems are not perfect and will make mistakes. Some videos and music may be unsuitable for children. So if you prefer a more limited experience for your child, YouTube Kids may be a better option. So if you select now, so this is YouTube. Now in YouTube, this is what they say. Choose a content setting for your child. Explore. This is generally aligns with content ratings for viewers 9+. Explore more, 13+. Most of YouTube, almost every content. What you can do here is actually, on YouTube, you can set age limits. If that guy's video is within 9+. Now, are his content designed for children? You're muted, Mr. Madi. Are the guy's content, are they designed for children or are they just adult content that the boy just loves?
Yes, sorry, I'm driving. Yes, it's basically on how to build apps and then he reviews people's apps.
Okay. So if he set now, okay, so look at under this, so like I was saying, there are 3 categories in YouTube. First things first, you either give them access to YouTube or none. The main YouTube, which we have access to, is what we call YouTube. There's YouTube Kids that is solely with content for children. You won't find movies there. You won't find all of these TV shows and blah, blah, blah. And even that one is very appropriate. Even that, you can also set age appropriate. You can say, okay, this is, so you have educational content, entertaining content, arts, games, things that are for children. But if you're giving them access to YouTube itself, within YouTube, you can only limit by age. So just to answer your question, it doesn't show that you can actually block channels, but you can only approve a category of channels. So here it says videos featuring vlogs, tutorials, gaming videos, music videos, news, educational content, do-it-yourself, arts and craft, dance and more, blah, 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 blah. These are the things that you can approve here. So here, parent feature talk, change your children's content settings. So block channels directly from your account. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Let me see this. Okay, stay up to date. Let me see. Next. Finish setup. Okay, I think I have to explore this. So like I said, I'm going to have to give you, let's see, disable autoplay, pause watch history, pause search, clear, unblock videos, clear the selection of channels and videos you have blocked in YouTube Kids. This content will be unblocked in YouTube. Okay, so it means you can actually block channels. So edit. It means you might be able to block channels. But like I said, I have never tried that. But give me until tomorrow. Hopefully by tomorrow, I'll be able to spell it specifically. But I think already it means that there are some settings you can do, some restrictions you can create. I have never tried to block a particular YouTube channel because I didn't even give them access to YouTube at all. So I've never needed it. But this your question is an interesting one. So I would, I'll check it out. So yes, thank you for bringing that up. And by the next video, I would answer that question, hopefully. So yes,
okay,
we're talking
thank
about,
you.
Yes, we're talking about cold turkey. So the website is called Get Cold Turkey, GetColdTurkey, getcoldturkey.com. Okay, so this is the website. It says, your future self will thank you. I mean, I love their opening line. Meaning, if you download this app, you will thank yourself tomorrow. You say, thank you for getting this app. All it does, block websites, games, and applications to boost your productivity and reclaim your free time. Now, this app was designed to be installed by people who are suffering from distractions. So if you as an adult self, you are struggling and say, oh, I get distracted, I get wandered off, I am not able to control myself, you can install this on your own device and it will work for you. But we use it effectively for parental control. This is what happens. You need to download the app and install it on the laptop you want to manage, which means you will have to collect your child's laptop, download Cold Turkey, install it on it. The good thing is that you can lock the settings with a password so that your child cannot change settings. The difference between this and Google Play or Google Family Link is that in Google Family Link, you can do these things remotely, meaning from your device, you can monitor those things. But with Cold Turkey, you don't monitor them remotely. You monitor them, you do that setting on the laptop itself. So each laptop you want to manage, you need to go on that laptop, install it, and set those things. So if you have many laptops in your house, this might actually be a little bit cumbersome because you will need to set those settings on different laptops. But it's a one-time thing. Once you've done it once, you just set it. Right now in my house, once it's a particular time of the day, laptops just shut down. Nobody is asking anybody. Nobody is telling anybody to shut it down. It just shuts down. So what to do is, first things first, you go and download. The only catch with this is that they have free access and they have pro. But the good thing, there are two good things. First good thing is that the payment is once. So it's not like a yearly payment or a monthly payment. That's good thing number one. And good thing number two is that you are not buying one license for each device. With one license, you can install on all the laptops in your house. I think there's a limit to them, and I'm not sure the total limit. But so this is Blocker Pro, lifetime access, blocker free. So if you want to get the blocker free, with the free version, you can block websites, you can create website exceptions, meaning these are the sites I want to visit. You can create time blocks, meaning time block is windows within which your laptop will not work, and you can view reports. But with Pro, you can block even applications. You have access to everything with the Pro. I use the Pro. And the other good thing is that because you can actually use them on different laptops, 2 or 3 people can actually come together, buy the license one time, and then share the, what do you call it now? Because it's when you download it and you want to install it, it tells you upgrade to Pro. There's actually a license key you have, and you enter, and it's lifetime. Once you've bought it, you bought it for life. So if you have, I mean, in my house, all our laptops are using the same. And I don't know if we've crossed, I think it's 5 laptops, 6 laptops. I don't know exactly the limit for that. But you can actually get it done on all the laptops. And so if you just have 2 laptops to block, and the other person has 2 laptops to block, you can actually buy one access together, and you can share it on all those laptops. But that's if you want to just, I mean, it's $39. $39 is like how much now? Like less than 40K. It's not a lot. You can just buy that and say, okay, let me just do that. But if you want to share and say, okay, I want 3 of us to come together, buy one, that's not a problem. But that's the only difference. But even with the free one, you can actually do all of those blocks. So what I want you to do for now, download the free. Once you download the free, you can now buy code. When you purchase code, is that just the code is sent to you, and then you can later on upgrade. And maybe by tomorrow, if anybody's interested in the code, we can actually find out, okay, how do we get the code? If there's anybody interested in sharing code, we can do that by tomorrow. But for now, just download Blocker to your system. So whether it's Mac you use or Windows you use, download Blocker first, and install it on your laptop. So let me give you like a minute or 2 to get that done. And then I'm just going to show you a few things on what you can do with Blocker. Okay, so these are a few things you can do on the Blocker. Number 1, you can block websites. So any website you don't want your child to visit, just block it. If that child opens the browser and types www.whatever.com, it just tells you this website is blocked. So Cold Turkey just shows this particular blank page, and any site that you don't want it to go to, they can't go there. Now, I'm suspecting that you have a question saying, okay, does it track all the browsers? Now, this is where the interesting part comes. This is all part of the setup. When you download Cold Turkey for your laptop, it will automatically detect all the browsers on your laptop. And it has what they call a plugin for every browser. So you need to install that plugin for the browsers on your laptop and activate them. So you have Chrome, you have Firefox. If you install those plugins for those browsers, Cold Turkey will block any website that is attempted to be visited on that browser. Now, there's a catch. So what about the browsers that I don't have the plugin for? So those browsers, it won't block content on those browsers. But don't worry, all of this, there's a way around it. What I did for my own children is they had 3 browsers. I think they had Chrome, they had Firefox, and they had Brave. Or no, Edge. Good, and Edge. I think I'm Brave, 4 browsers. Yes, they had 4 browsers. Edge, Brave, Firefox, and Chrome. So I installed it for them on those 4 browsers. And of course, because the same laptops, those browsers, they are signed into their Gmail account on those laptops. They can't even open websites. The same thing we did on Google on Android, the family link, it still follows them. Once you use your Gmail to sign into a browser on a laptop, the settings follow you there. If they try to search for content on their browser, on their laptop, they can't open YouTube on their laptop because my Google account, my Google family link says their Gmail cannot do YouTube. So they can't even do YouTube on those browsers. But I noticed that they did something, very, very smart kids. They now went and downloaded another browser called Opera. And they were going to a particular website using Opera. Super smart children. These were at 7, 8, and 9. One is 7, one is 9. So I noticed that they actually bypassed my settings. I say, okay, I will show you who is the master. So what I did is, how do you download Opera? You can only download Opera by first going to Opera website and download it there. Abi? So I found a list of all the browsers in the world. At least as of today, a list of all the browsers available, Opera, DuckDuckGo, everything. I copied the list down of all their websites and I block it. Meaning you can't even go to Opera website, you can't go to DuckDuckGo website, you can't any other browser you need to download. You cannot visit the website. I have blocked it. So these 4 browsers you have is where you have the limits. If you want to download another browser, you can't download it without going to their website first. And you can't, their website is blocked. So by doing that, I have shut down. So what I'm just going to do by tomorrow, I will just copy and paste that list for you. So when you install your own Cold Turkey on the browsers, simply block all the other browser websites so that nobody can go there and even download those websites. Just so I want to be sure. Am I losing you yet? What I'm saying, is it complicated? I want to know if I should explain it in a simpler way. Please give me feedback that I am being understood. Can be a comment, you can unmute and say something, but let me be sure that I am being understood. But nobody is talking. Okay. I have thumbs up. Good. So that works. It's complicated. Okay. All right. So leave that alone. We'll come back to that. Because we have spent more than 1 hour already. So I think the head is hot. Tomorrow we'll do that in detail. But yes, you can block websites. You can do something called usage blocking and scheduling. What that means is that you can set timetable in the day. Between this time and this time, these websites cannot open. Between this time and this time, laptop cannot be used. So this is an example of the schedule for your child. So on Sunday, between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m., this is blocked. All games are blocked. Between Monday 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., you can set your timetable. And then you can also view. So in the time that they have, what were they doing? So you can see the websites, twitter.com, reddit.com, facebook.com, the websites that they spend time on, you will know. What is distracting this child? What are they spending all their day doing online? You can see that from the graph. The graph will tell you exactly where they spend their time so that you know what to block and what not to block. So just so that this my plenty English is making sense, let me open my Cold Turkey on my laptop and share the screen for the Cold Turkey. Meanwhile, have you downloaded Cold Turkey? Okay, good. So this is it. Yeah. So this is Cold Turkey on my laptop. Remember, I installed this on their laptops too, and I created settings. Now, once you install it, see this red button. It tells you extensions need to be installed, to be enabled. Meaning, it checks all the browsers you have, Safari, Edge, Chrome, Brave, and Firefox, and tells you need to install this. So once you install it, it will tell you by itself, these are all the browsers on the laptop. Because this is my laptop, it is not blocked. On their own laptop, I have enabled for all the browsers. I'm not going to go into the browser extension today because it's so that I don't get too complicated. We'll look at that in the by tomorrow. So, but let me come to blocks. This is where you can add a new block. So I want to block something. What website do I want to block? So you have websites, website exceptions, and applications. So if I want to say, okay, enter the website and click add. So www.facebook.com, add, enter. If you want to import, you can simply import from file. So like I said, when I give you a list of websites to block, you can simply just copy the file and just come and import all of it, and it automatically block all those websites for you. And then add the applications. So add application. Which application do I want to block? I want to block AirPrinter. I want to block Brave. I want to block Canva. You can actually add applications that you want to block into the block list. That means these are apps that they cannot use on this laptop because they are blocked. And you can actually save it or close without saving. So I think by tomorrow, I'm going to do really practical, block a few sites, and then show you, when we block a site, we'll try to visit the site and see what it says. You come to statistics. This is where you can see the usage of your people on the different days. Where are they going to? What are they doing? And how long are they spending? So you can see website statistics, application statistics, and all of that. What apps are people using? What sites are they going to? And all of those things. And then settings. So settings here is where you can say, okay, preferences. By tomorrow, I'll walk through the detail of these preferences. I don't want to get too complicated right now. So we're just going to take a few questions and then we will shut down for today. And then tomorrow we start with this. So notifications, blocking, statistics, password. This is where you set the password. So if you install this on your child's laptop, first thing to do, come here and set a password so that they cannot come and disable your settings. When they want to come to settings, it will ask them to enter the password first. And without the password, they cannot tamper with your settings. And once you do those settings and turn it on, once it's time for a block, it will just lock the laptop or block it. I mean, if you come to the settings, I think there's something that talks about preferences. Okay, blocking, good. Block strictness. How strict do you want? Frozen turkey, take action. Force close. So you can't disable it. So action to take when blocking apps. Force close or minimize. I just use force close. If that app is not to be used, just close it. Block supported browsers, blah, 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 all of those things. You determine, I'll walk you through the details of this one by one. But what I want you to do first today is download Cold Turkey to your laptop, install it, and then tomorrow we start by walking through the process step by step. So what I'm just going to do now is open up for questions. We have questions about what we've talked about today or something else you are concerned about that you want to do that I didn't cover today. We can actually take those questions. This is the second part now. With I said I was going to keep the last 30 minutes for any interaction. And if there's none, we shut down and then tomorrow we pick up with laptops and I'm going to show you a few things about MacBooks. But I mean, if you have a MacBook, Cold Turkey also works. It's just iOS devices. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, then we'll look at that tomorrow. So yes, open for questions or any particular specific interactions. What I would like to do at this point is to actually pause the recording.